Liverpool Fan in Japan.
Hello YouTube, Liverpool Fan in Japan here, the Miyazaki man Sai. Once again, we're back in Champions League action at Anfield. We welcome back one of our legendary midfielders, my favourite player in a Liverpool shirt, Xabi Alonso, with a touch of class. In the interview he did as well, he wanted the journalists and the media to focus on the game at hand. I don't know why they're so interested in manager roulette. Arne Slot, up the shiny one, is going absolutely nowhere. Did you see how he turned it around at halftime versus Brighton? He said that winners show up, and show up we did. Thank you so much for joining me in the live stream. Unfortunately, the Champions League kickoff is past my bedtime, but I'm going to give you the full preview on why Bayer Leverkusen are a special team that play a special way, and Liverpool need to set up accordingly to win. And Arne Slot will want to win this one, especially for all of those who doubt his credentials as the #1 choice for Richard Hughes, Michael Edwards, and FSG at Liverpool. And Richard Hughes came out and confirmed Arne Slot was the only one that we ever offered a contract to, and I believe him 100%. Now, that's not to say that we were not interested in Xabi Alonso and that Xabi Alonso was not first choice. However, you put intermediaries out to the agents, you put the feelers out, and it was always intimated that Xabi Alonso wanted to stay one more year at Bayer Leverkusen, which means that he was never a legitimate option because Jurgen Klopp was definitely standing down, and therefore we went all out for Arne Slot, and even played to our favour that the media were so obsessed with Ruben Amorim, right? The perfume, Mr. Perfume, and Xabi Alonso. So let's look at how Xabi Alonso's Leverkusen is likely to set up, knowing that last season they went the whole season unbeaten except from Atalanta in the Europa Cup final. And they've made a decent start, not the best start to the season, but they are unbeaten in the Champions League. And we've got to look at what Arne Slot will look to do, setting up Liverpool at Anfield to beat Leverkusen. And there's added spice here because Arne Slot will want to show that he's the superior manager with a superior team, and he is rightfully the king of the cop. So let's get into it. But before we do, I saw a comment in one of the match compilations that compared me and my fresh trim to Mob Psycho. What a mushroom. Thank you so much, man. Mob Psycho, that guy is powerful. He's like, rah! He's incredibly powerful. I'll take it as a compliment. Let's get into it. Alrighty, so let's look at how Bayer Leverkusen of the Bundesliga are looking to set up on Xabi Alonso at Anfield. Now, they set up in a very, very unique way. I did the whole build-up on Xabi Alonso's Bayer Leverkusen. It's a 3-4-2-1 formation. A Christmas tree at the top of the formation, but they have the ability to invert and change the system. They're very, very fluid. He is technically proficient, and Xabi Alonso is such a well-rounded manager. That's not to say, however, he will play this way, because at Anfield and with the Anfield crowd, he will have to have containment, especially in the first 10-15 minutes with the crowd on our side at a famous European Anfield night. Him and Granit Xhaka, Granit Xhaka, he'll know all about the Anfield effect. So let's line up the team. Hradecky in goal. I think everyone's fit. Everyone's fit for them except for Martin Terrier, who might be back. He might be back, but he's almost got a full squad to play with. I think Mukiele and Belosian is out. There's another guy. It's like Adli or something. I think he's got a foot, like a leg injury or something. But overall, his main strength is the fluid ability of the players to transition into different areas. And we know all about Hincapié, right? Having been linked with him summer after summer. Rugged defender, a little bit like Tomiyasu, a left-footed Tomiyasu, plays on the left side of a free. Solid, well-rounded. I don't think he's coming to Liverpool. They got Tapsoba, right? Edson Tapsoba in the middle. Tapsoba. I've got Jonathan Tah, who was linked to Bayern Munich all summer long. Nothing came of it. I think they go with the two, right? The two in midfield that facilitate. It's almost like this kind of formation, isn't it? They go with the two, led by Granit Xhaka, who's absolutely had a new lease of life. In the central midfield, it'll be Andrich here. We know left Andrich back, left back in the changing room. We know that Grimaldo occupies this spot, and this has a big bearing into Liverpool's lineup as well, because Arne Slot will not want to lose this one to Xabi Alonso for personal pride. And Frimpong is here, but it could be Terrier pushing Frimpong further up. If it's Frimpong further up, he goes into kind of right wing inside forward formation. However, Frimpong will go a win back. I don't think Terrier starts someone having come back. We know all about Florian Wirtz, the wonder kid, but I think our chance to get him is probably over because Bayern Munich and Real Madrid are more likely destinations as well, especially if Xabi Alonso goes to Real Madrid. Wirtz and Alonso to Madrid could be the combination for them. I think it'll be Hoffman here with Victor Boniface at the top of the tree. Very physical, very agile, very athletic as well, almost an Osimhen Jr. So this is how they're looking to line up. They invite the pressing. Capia keeps the whip. Tar tucks in a bit more. Frimpong sits more or less in this pocket here because Frimpong, like our own Conor Bradley, in world football, gets into the box more than anyone else. He's almost a utility forward, a pseudo forward. Andrich will cover the lateral, cover the line here. Granit Xhaka will play and look to dictate in and around this area. He is the one that takes the ball off the defense. Off you go, off you go. Off you go around the outside, or you transition to the other side with a cross ball to Frimpong to get you in as well. Hoffman plays between the lines, and Wirtz is more in this kind of lateral here, connecting the play between the midfield and Boniface. Boniface making the diagonal runs, causing absolute nuisance, but they're not afraid to go direct, hold him off, and play from there. Because if you go back to here, you hit Grimaldo in half space, and Grimaldo, like Tsimikas, is a playmaker. He is a playmaker. They can hit the laterals, and you might even have Frimpong as the man over, entering the box and hitting a cross goal for Boniface at the back post as well. Grimaldo can get here, but he doesn't overlap as much as Frimpong gets up and down. They give Frimpong the freedom of the right half space here, and he's not afraid to drop back to defend, but he'll probably end up at that line with Andrich, utility right back, Xhaka in the middle, Wirtz, Hoffman, with Grimaldo as well. They will more likely revert to this kind of formation in a many occasion because Hinkeby can stay tight. Grimaldo can operate in this left wing back area. Wirtz plays between the line, left-sided 8, transitioning into the 10, and Hoffman filling in the gaps as well, but Wirtz is the more creative of the two. Xhaka steps in the line and they can transition to this formation as well, which is your very, very tried and tested kind of line of attack here. So, Bayer Leverkusen, what would they look to do? They'll look to isolate Frimpong against Andy Robertson, against Kostas Tsimikas. They'll look to dive in and behind, and on occasion try to catch them out with the ball in between so Frimpong can go in around the outside as well. But ultimately, Frimpong wants to be more in the half space, like a Mo Salah, so he can have a goal scoring or goal assisting contribution. Victor Boniface, Nicholas Jackson, looking at the laterals, looking to pull Van Dijk and Ibu Konate out of position, allowing Florian Wirtz as the dummy runner to get in and behind to get into our penalty area, a la Lampard, a late box runner as well. Grimaldo will be the playmaker from the left-hand position. We need to close them down. The two players we need to keep an eye on are Grimaldo and Wirtz and the runs of Frimpong, okay? Boniface will be a pest, but we have Van Dijk and possibly Konate or Gomez to snuff him out. But Wirtz in between the lines will have to be shackled and eyed by Gravenberch and probably McAllister. And they will look to play it deep. They'll look to bring on the press and pass triangles in and out of the back, especially to Grimaldo, who can play it in behind to Wirtz's position. And we go from there. So there we go. Boniface probably more into the left wing because of Frimpong's ability to cover the right wing himself. Let's look into how Liverpool counteract and dominate at Anfield and create our game-winning scenarios as well, knowing that Xabi Alonso will sit in and make it increasingly frustrating for us because of the fact that we are at Anfield and they're looking to counter and release Frimpong, get Wirtz, Xhaka and Grimaldo, getting them to play. Okay, so let's reset and look at Liverpool. Alrighty, so thankfully Ibu Konate has shaken off any serious injury doubts. The man is a titan. He's now shined up by Arne Slot. He is no longer injury prone. Jota, unfortunately, is at the wrong side of dodgy landings by big, brutish men. Big, sweaty men. So Jota's out for a little bit. Federico Chiesa's not back yet. Conor Bradley is back, which is good. Harvey Elliott, other side of the international break. So we keep Creve Kelleher. This is a match we should really go for the win. We have Aston Villa at home on the weekend, so Arne will have one eye onto that, but you can only beat what's in front of you. Eyes on the prize. In Champions League, Old Big Ears is one of the biggest prizes in the game. Trent Alexander-Arnold starts for the fact that he is our vice-captain and the game-winning condition in and amongst himself, and Grimaldo is more likely to play in front of him, right? It's going to be Victor Boniface that's going to go in behind him as well, so Trent Alexander-Arnold should start. Now, Konate is fit enough to start, and if Konate didn't suffer an injury, he would start, because I think European night, you want to go all out, but Gomez is absolute enthusiasm, passion, crunching, tackling. He got Anfield to their feet when he tracked Welbeck across and slid tackle across the periphery of our goal as well. Gomez comes in on merit, and he's reliable because that is our Premier League title-winning defence. Van Dijk is our captain. Pinging the long balls will be the call of the day. And Anfield, a European night, is different than a Premier League game. It's a different kind of start. Now, the decision here is very, very tricky because Kostas Tsimikas, immense. Spartan, the Scouse Greek warrior, brave, aggressive, technical, European night. With the fans on your back, I think Robertson probably comes in for the fact that Tsimikas is probably the Premier League first choice now, which kind of makes him the first choice option. But you wouldn't expect him to play 90 against Brighton, 90 against Bayer Leverkusen, 90 against Aston Villa. So I think Robertson is a steady Eddie, good enough, and he should be disciplined enough to watch and track for Frimpong into this area here. Robertson, as a box defender, is probably more versatile in a back three, which he's been playing a lot this season, than Tsimikas, who wants to operate in left wing back role. I anticipate Robertson doesn't need to bomb up and down so much unless his plan is to pin Frimpong back because of the fact that he's an added threat on that side as well. Obviously, Gravenberch is our top midfielder on merit, on form at the moment, and holds his place here, although it could... Gravenberg. Okay, there we go. Gravenberg is our top midfielder as per all the stats this season. He is the one that gets the ball off the defense, but he will have a torrid time, hard time keeping a hold of Wirtz. I would love a Wataru Endo here, a Wataru Endo-san, Emperor Endo, to shackle Florian Wirtz, the German maestro playmaker himself. But it's likely that Arne Slot will want to impose his style of football and his style of play, and no one epitomizes that more than Ryan Giro Gravenberg. Okay. McAllister, between the lines, because of his game intelligence, McAllister is always worth the place. You don't always notice what he does, but his intelligent movement, and he always shows for the ball. It's on the transitions that he struggles slightly because of his physicality and the acceleration and dash, but he always gets stuck in. And him, you almost might see this formation at times to counteract the fact that Hoffman and Wirtz will be running in between these lateral lines. Now, most lineups have called for Curtis Jones to be reinstated, and Curtis Jones deserves to play, deserves to start on merit because of his amazing performance, but he also deserves to start against Aston Villa. Now, this is a core that doesn't count on sympathy. Jones could play here, and if we are believing in our style of football, pass and move Liverpool groove, then Jones does play here. And I think actually it's a 50-50 shot. If Arne Slot believes in his passing transitional play to get the laterals on and to get Jones to dominate the ball with ball possession and patterns of play to get our goal scoring opportunity, then this is Jones. If he wants to shackle Grimaldo to be oppressive and not really give Leverkusen a kick of the game on that right-hand side, especially knowing that Trent will have his hands full, Gomez will cover for Trent in the half space here. Trent almost will sit in the same position as Alex Grimaldo will sit on here. If he wants to snuff Alex Grimaldo out of the game, then Szoboszlai is absolutely a menace as intense closing down. Now, there's been so much criticism of his on-the-ball play, sloppy on the ball with those little feet, doesn't shoot enough considering he's got the best and hardest shot in the squad. Although I'd say that Gakpo has a pretty mean hard shot, as does Darwin Núñez when he unleashes, as does Diogo Jota. If he wants to shackle Grimaldo, then Szoboszlai comes in there, and it almost gives a guarantee that Trent can play higher. So as a tactical ploy, even though Jones deserves it on merit, Szoboszlai against Grimaldo is probably the matchup as a coach for security, because with the Anfield crowd at home, with our form and our talent, we can win the game, and we reduce one of their actually their main playmaker, apart from Florian Wirtz. I'd say Grimaldo is actually a bigger playmaker than Wirtz. Wirtz is more of a goal threat, but Grimaldo is more of a rider. We know that Mo Salah has his place on merit here, and he'll go in here, and we know that Szoboszlai can overlap and cover, but Szoboszlai in this position here allows Trent to go on the outside and cover as well. So you almost see this kind of formation, which we know works to aplomb as well, which means that Gravenberch sits centrally with Maka in the 10.5 space. Now, I think this is what he will go with, but I wouldn't be surprised to see Jones. And the way this changes is that Jones is more likely to play between the lines here. In fact, Jones might even play left, and Maka might play right. That could be a big transitional play, because then Maka is tasked with Grimaldo, and Jones will be tasked with the left winger to play the 1-2s and get us on a front foot. Although Jones made that run with Lucho Diaz here to play Salah out wide, Salah cutting side, and the rest is history. 3 points in the bag. Ka-ching, ka-ching. Okay, so this lineup anticipates Szoboszlai in that position. Our striker, obviously, the agent of chaos, Darwin Núñez, phenomenal. I'd never let his head drop. Jokes in the background around how he's a substitute for most of the start of the season as well. But Darwin Núñez, Anfield Champions League night, always makes an opportunity. Almost scored a wonder goal against Brighton. People forget, I think we were under the cosh against Brighton first half. Darwin Núñez single-handedly almost pulled us and put us ahead, right? He's quality. He's so good. People need to wake up for the fact that a lot of our play is facilitated by the added threat. When Gomez covers for Trent, right, he's a speedy covering defender. Then Núñez covers for any insufficiency in our press, because he tracks back like an absolute menace and tackles everywhere. He's always an outlet, and a game for the opposition changes for the fact that Nunez's aggressive, direct, pacey running is such a menace in behind. Lucho Diaz comes in here. Now, Gakpo's been in great goal-scoring form, but I think Champions League night, dribbling, standing a man up, even though Gakpo can do it, especially cutting inside, he's gone around the outside to dink a back post chip as well. It would be really fun to see Gakpo, but he's played 2 consecutive 90-minute games, and Lucho's done nothing wrong, to be honest. I think Lucho Diaz comes in here, and yeah, you know his routes to go. Lucho Diaz playing on the inside, Salah, Nunez, Maka in the 10, half-space position, Robertson not going further than that line as well. Gravenberch here, Szoboszlai to cover for Grimaldo, Trent in half-space. Around the outside would be nice as well, but we might see some delicious deliveries by Trent, and Salah penetrating into Salah, into Maka in the 10 position. Even Gravenberch rampaging Salah in half-space on the left, because you might see this kind of formation, him keeping the width. This kind of shape as well, because Gravenberch is a menace in this single lateral line here. Really, really nice, really tactically fluid. And with the way that Bayer Leverkusen play, we're going to have to do quick interchanging passes to get the man over to deliver the ball in. Quick interchanging passes to Nunez to hit Salah, hit across for a running player as well. It'll probably be Maka more realistically than Gravenberch there. So it'll ultimately be a very, very entertaining match. It'll be an open match. It'll be an unfortunate one because I can't watch it live, but I will wake up for toilet break to check the scores for night time as well. But yep, that is ultimately the lineup. I think we will go with Konate. Could be a surprise inclusion with Gomez coming in against Aston Villa on the weekend. Tsimikas could come in on merit, but he's played back-to-back. Similar to Gakpo, played back-to-back. And I think Szoboszlai is in for the fact that you cover Alex Grimaldo, and he's probably slightly better defensively than Jones, although Jones is better on the ball, which is a huge surprise to a lot of people, considering how Szoboszlai started his Liverpool career. But Curtis Jones is the pick of the mix in the Premier League, because wow, he has really pulled us back from the brink, him and Lucho Diaz. That is the Liverpool fighting spirit with the liver bird on the chest that I'm talking about. Yes, so let me know what you think in the comments below. Smash a like. There's a channel, Substance in Abundance.
The cream of the crop!
And I love my kit. So let's get into the kit unveiling now. Now, you know me and you know I love my kit, so working once again with Soccer Atos, one of the best in the game for quality value football soccer jerseys. He's sent me this nice little number here, and I have a good feeling about this, obviously, because I can see what it is. But on the badge, on the logo right here, we have Mugiwara Pirates Zorro Collection. This is one piece Zorro's face looking proper, mighty fine, the duelist extraordinaire. Japan badge on the back. Let's strip those off. Tag Adidas official licensed merch collaboration with One Piece. This is something special right here. We're going to have to duel Bayer Leverkusen all over the pitch, and there's no better way to do it than a man who can wield 3 katanas. Let's whip it on. Oh my goodness, that's silky smooth. I feel like I can do a bit of dual wielding, tri-wielding the sword between the teeth. That's Fabio Borini, isn't it? Sword between the teeth. This is lush. This is really nice. Look at the cut and trim on this thing. Wowzers, really good. Make sure to show my man Soccer Atos some love, his official site. If you use LFC JAP, LFC capitals J with capital AP, that will give you 10% off and free shipping. Quality jerseys all around, shipping worldwide. Thank you once again, my man Soccer Atos, for sponsoring this video. I will drop a link in the comment as well. Let's enjoy the match. All you guys, make sure you join the Discord. Give me the play-by-play, the commentary. I wake up and check it out because you guys give me the best play-by-play and color commentary. In fact, we could rival the BBC. We really should do. Also, Luan winning one of these jerseys, any size, shipped directly to you. Congratulations on the lottery for sharing my video on Twitter as well. Make sure within the next week, send me your address on Discord and the size of the shirt that you want, and I will send the shirt your way on behalf of Soccer Atos. Thank you very much for supporting the channel. If you guys enjoyed this video and you think I deserve it, make sure you subscribe. Lots of quality content coming up. Tomorrow, I'll be releasing my thoughts on Rory Jennings as a content creator and questioning whether he has substance in abundance. But speaking of substance in abundance, Liverpool Fan in Japan community is the best around. We always have at least 100 concurrent viewers, and you guys make the watching experience absolutely perfecto. Now, the best way to support the channel is through YouTube membership, much cheaper than a cheeky Nando's. So what are you waiting for? Enjoy the exclusive content. Is Silla Football, My Real Thoughts, Mark Goldbridge, Red Men TV. translation of Wataru Endo's vlog and books. Next one coming out this week as well. And exclusive content by Miyazaki, Mama, my Mamacita Maimi, a big Liverpool fan in Japan. So until next time, Miyazaki man, Ichiban, it means the best. You guys are the best as well. Better than all the rest. Jane means ciao. Enjoy the match. Let's whoop some Alonso ass. Sorry, I love you, Alonso, but we'll win tonight. Have a good evening.
Liverpool fan in Japan.